There was a time not that long ago that my life felt empty. I had struggled with weight issues for over 20 years. I was alive, but I wasn't really living. I was just going through the routine. I was empty inside. So I had tried every diet under the sun. I'd gone vegetarian. I starved myself for days, more than 2, 3 days, sometimes 4. And basically what it led to was I would end up binging and be out of control, and then feel frustrated and feel self-pity, and then starve myself again and continue this cycle. At the time, I thought I was desperate. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and basically I was frustrated, I was sad, I was angry even, I'd say. Like I was in a hamster wheel, getting nowhere fast. I would lose weight and then gain whatever I lost plus more. So it's just, my weight kept steadily climbing regardless. Over the years, after trying so many different diets, led to malnutrition, especially when I became a vegetarian. I was not getting the protein that I needed. So I was a vegetarian, or when I was starving myself, I wasn't getting what I needed. My hair started falling out. I even had like a bald spot in the front of my hair. I mean, not only was I feeling weak, tired, frustrated, but on top of that, I was going bald. I was put on blood pressure medicines because my blood pressure was high, and hypertension, that leads to heart problems. And anyway, I started having chest pains and heart palpitations, and ended up in the emergency room. Thank goodness they referred me to a cardiologist, and I requested my medical records. Right? Really, what drove the nail in the coffin for me, what was my wake-up call, was when I looked at my medical records that I had to take the cardiologist, and I looked at those records. They had my name on it, and the way that I was described was 40-year-old female, morbidly obese. I was floored. I can't even tell you how I felt. I could not believe that they were talking about me. They were talking about me as morbidly obese, and when I think of the word morbid, it means death. I was so fat, I was killing myself. I was killing myself in fat, drowning in fat. And I have children, and I wanted to live, and I wanted to be around for a long time. So, at this point, I'm 324 pounds with a BMI of 52.1. I'm a class 3 morbidly obese female. It's a long haul. I mean, at that point, seriously, just losing any weight at all just seemed so hard. Being over 300 pounds, it didn't feel like being within a normal weight range was ever going to be within my reach. Well, I know I had to do something, and through a whole series of fortunate events, and events that at the time I didn't think were fortunate, but they are. They saved my life. Basically, I was introduced to Ben Shaw and his program, Titan Transformation. I was scared. I was intimidated. When I sat down with Ben, what was very different right away, the program itself, was not just, oh, this is what you eat and this is the exercise you do. It was, these are the affirmations. You're going to read these affirmations. You're going to write, and you're going to have journal. And that journaling part was really the key that helped me resolve a lot of issues. My first workout day, all that's going through my head is, what the fuck is this? Is this man crazy? I can't do this shit. There was no way that I could see myself doing any of that stuff. I was fat and obese and weak. Truthfully, I was like, let me try another day. Let's see what happens. Let me give it another day. But I don't know if I can do this shit. I was cursing a lot because I thought that it was insane, and all the stuff he showed me was alien to me. Totally alien. Okay, the end of that first week, I had my first real taste of success. After making it through the first week and going through all those alien exercises and every day saying, what the fuck is this? And is this man crazy? Erin, is he trying to fucking kill me? And I had lost 26 pounds. 26 pounds in 1 week. That was like, to me, that was huge. I was like, okay, this man is not totally crazy. This shit must work. And I was succeeding. I had lost 26 pounds in 1 week. You know, that's huge. Even though I still had lots to lose, it made me, it gave me a sense of victory, and that, yeah, maybe this works and I can do this. Let's try another week of this. Week 2 kicked my ass. That's what happened. Week 2 kicked my ass. Week 2, the exercises ramp up considerably. I think I left the gym that day and I was like, oh my, this man is fucking crazy. He is trying to kill me. But, you know, I said, okay, we'll do another day. I really took it day by day. But and really at the end of that day, it's like, okay, I survived that day. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Little by little, just congratulating myself on surviving. But then came week 3 and week 4, and the end of week 4 was my next weigh-in. But it strengthened my belief. At that point, I had lost 47 pounds. Lost like 14 inches, 47 pounds in a month. A month. I mean, at that point, I'm like, oh, for sure this works. I was starting to believe. I think the affirmations helped me. There is a belief now. Okay, this works. I can do this. Week 8, I had lost 73 pounds in 2 months. That's huge. Talk about success. At that point, I had a big hiccup in my belief. I had done the success of, okay, I lost all this weight, 73 pounds, yay, I can do this. And then I had kind of previewed the exercises that would be coming in weeks 9 through 12, which is phase 2 of the Titan Transformation Program. They were for athletes. They were the kind of exercises that I would expect a person who's extremely athletic, who is a trained athlete, who's somebody who's been training for several years to be able to do. I was still fat Anna. I had so much faith in weeks 1 through 8. So I wanted to go back and repeat several of the weeks and not proceed to week 9 at that point. Well, I asked Ben if I could go back, and he was not Mr. Understanding about it. I expected him to say, okay, yes, we can go back and get you stronger so that you can do week 9 through 12. He basically said, get over yourself, put on your big girl panties, and you're starting week 9. How dare he? I was fucking pissed. I wasn't extremely upset. I was fucking pissed. With all kinds of crazy thoughts going through my head. I truly didn't know if I even was going to go back to the gym. But then that anger kept going, and that anger actually helped fuel me. And at that point, there was like an inner raw kind of lioness starting to escape, because I had to show him. I think I attacked week 9 and made it through week 9 before proceeding to week 10. After the 12 weeks, I stepped on the scale. I was down 94 pounds in 3 months. So I felt successful. I knew the program worked. I was sold. At this point, my blood pressure medicine had been dropped down. I was feeling strong. I had dropped so many sizes. I didn't have any clothes to wear. I had to keep buying clothes because there's no way I could fit into my size 28s and 26s. Well, at that point, my thought is like, oh, I did 12 weeks. I can do another 12 weeks. At this point, I was greedy. I was like, look at how much I did in 12 weeks. I was greedy for success. My goals at this point became bigger because I knew that I could accomplish so much more. Probably a week off, and then I restarted the program. And here I thought, okay, I've done this, been there, done that. Except it wasn't any easier the second time around. No, at this point, I was much more comfortable with the actual exercises. I was also very familiar with the intensity scale that the program requires. So now that I knew that intensity, now that I knew proper form and what exercises to do, being at the intensity scale made it that much more difficult. I remember saying, I don't remember it being this hard. It just seemed every week I'd be like, I don't remember it being this hard. It just kept getting harder. But then again, I was lifting heavier, and I was pushing more. I was getting stronger because I was lifting harder, because I was now familiar with the exercises, and I was lifting at the intensity level that the program requires. My body was changing. I mean, I was losing inches in fat at like a phenomenal rate. I lost another 60 pounds, and I started seeing muscle, and I remember I would drive Ben crazy because I was always like, I don't want to look like a man. I don't want to look like a man. I don't want to have big muscles like a man. And now that I started to see muscle definition, I started to see that muscle definition in a woman is beautiful. I was still a beautiful feminine woman with beautiful long lean muscles and definition. That was like the best way in ever. That was the best way in, because I think at that point, that way in at the end of the second 12 weeks is when I stepped on the scale, and that scale for the first time in over probably in 20 years that was under 200. I just don't understand why the fuck I wasn't here before. I wish I would have known about the program or been ready in my head for the program earlier. Now I had much bigger goals. I wanted a lean, athletic body. And, now I knew that nothing was going to stop me. I could obtain it. After I did it a third time, I did it a fourth time. I've done it at least 5 times. And each time I feel more empowered. Each time I feel more athletic. Each time it gets harder. But each time I see huge changes in my body. Each time I see the tightening, the muscle definition. Each time reaffirms my belief in the program. Here I went from being dead and not just going through the motion and to being so alive. I'm living. I feel so alive. That's the beauty of being empowered. I know that nothing can stop me. It's because I was that feeling of power, that feeling of strength. Because of that, I did stuff that I never in my life would have dreamed of ever doing. I've taken on new challenges that I never even thought I would ever try it. And every day that just reaffirms that the strength that the Titan program gave me, and every day there's new adventures and new things to accomplish and new things to try and to conquer. Because of Titan, I've met, of course, other fellow Titans, and they're Titans at any gym all over the world. That's the program. You can use it at any gym. All I want to do is spread the word. I mean, I feel so great. I feel so empowered. I feel so strong inside. I would like everybody to feel that same way. I don't think I could ever give up the feeling of power and strength that being a Titan gives me. I found what I needed. My body, my mind needed it, my soul, because it wasn't just the exercises. It wasn't just that it told me what to eat. It was that it changed me from the inside, and that was reflected on the outside. I don't see that I'll ever go back to being obese. A beast? Yes. Obese? Never.
Hey, I'm Ben Shaw, and helping overweight people achieve astonishing permanent weight loss and life transformations is what I do. And I can do the same for you. If you're 40 pounds or more overweight and you've been struggling with weight loss, if you know that you need to get this under control, or that you may miss out on the most important experiences of your life and those of your families, then you need to stop what you're doing right now and contact me, because I have a life-changing opportunity just for you. I've set aside some time in the next 2 weeks to talk to you personally about where you are now and what goals you're looking to reach. We can look at what's been keeping you from losing the weight, and I'll make suggestions on what needs to be changed in order for you to reach your weight loss goals and get your self-confidence and life back. We'll cover exactly what it takes to maximize your time and efforts so that you can reach those goals without crash dieting and starving yourself. And in many cases, you can reach that goal in the next 12 weeks or less. The cost for this call with me is absolutely free. But before we go any further, let me say, this is not for everyone. I'm only interested in those individuals that are interested in permanent, lasting weight loss. If you only need to lose a few pounds, or you just want to crash diet for a couple of weeks and then put the weight back on, this is not the opportunity for you. This is not for people who are content with being overweight and aren't absolutely determined to lose it. I'm not the guy for you if you're not ready to take responsibility for your actions or lack thereof. My job is to lay out the plan. Yours is to aggressively implement it. If you're not ready to really work and push yourself out of your comfort zone, then don't waste your time or mine. This is not the opportunity for you. This won't be easy, but with my help, you will lose the weight. And I'll be by your side guiding and encouraging you every step of the way, even when you want to give up. This life-changing opportunity is for motivated individuals who acknowledge they have a problem and are willing and determined to get healthy no matter what, so they can get their lives back. If you are that person and you just need the right guy to help you put the steps together, then please reach out to me. This strategy call will be the first step in you reclaiming the invigorating life that being overweight has stolen from you. I'm here to help people just like you who are losing the battle, drowning in a sea of misery and fat, not knowing how to save themselves, trying everything they can think of only to continue to fail. This is finding the lifeline that you need. I've helped countless men and women lose the weight, keep it off, reclaim their bodies and their self-confidence, and not have to worry about missing out on the rest of their lives. This call will lead to us creating your blueprint to getting that tight, lean, athletic, beautiful body that you've only dreamed of. A body that will give you back that boundless energy you had as a teenager and that killer confidence that makes heads turn when you walk into the room. So if you're fully open-minded and you're ready to listen and apply the steps that I know will ultimately change your life forever, then head over to benshawlive.com/apply and book a free strategy call with me. If you tried everything and you're frustrated and feel like you've run out of options and are ready to make a change today, then I'm your guy. I can help you get there. So don't wait. Head over to benshawlive.com/apply and book a free strategy call with me. But here's the catch. There's only one Ben Shaw and there's only so many hours in a day. So all applications are handled on a first come, first served basis. So don't wait. Head over to benshawlive.com/apply and let's embark on a new life transforming journey together.